Just leave that down. Okay, so I have my feet fist distance apart. I'm going to press the balls of my feet into the feet into the floor. Almost press from big toe to baby toe, and then sink the heels down into the floor. So visualize the back part of the body lengthening down, also the front. So I'm reaching down with the toes, up with the head, taking the head into the hands. I've got my head pressed back, lengthening the back of my neck, using a little elongation at the base of my skull to tuck my chin towards my throat. Still pressing up into my hands. Now I only want you to bend in the upper part of the body. So draw the ribs inside the body. Keep the weight to the front. And I'm just going to rotate my shoulders a little bit to the right. So I'm just turning my shoulders to the right, or well, left, and then I'm going to go to the right. Feeling the stretch a little bit in that middle upper back. And then the other side. I'm still pressing up into my hands. And then the other side. And center. And round back up again. So that was just the upper part of the body. Come back up. Now I'm going to press, and then I'm going to draw the ribs down inside as I round up and over. So I'm pushing my toes in and I'm diving towards my feet. And then as I sink my heels back in, I'm going to press my head into my hands and slowly round up again. Up nice and tall. Taking the hands down by your side, relax the shoulders. So we're going to start off on things like squats and lunges. So I'm always a bit mindful of knees. You can always do a wall sit, sitting against a wall, or if you have a wall beside you, you can use it for balance as well. It just stops you losing balance and keeping your control. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to step my feet out to the outer part of my hips. So I'm in the outer part. Now I'm turning my toes out a tiny bit, not a huge turn out. Your knees are going to go in the same distance as your toes. So I'm allowing my knees to turn out a little bit. I'm sort of just sitting into it now. My knees are turning out. Then I'm going to sit back through my sit bones all the way down. And I'm going to stand back up again, press the heels in. So we're just starting to warm up the knees and the legs, pressing down. I'm making sure that my knees are staying behind my toes, but they're allowed to turn out a little bit. Hips like that, and back up. Okay, take it down. Now, if you want to advance it when I take it down, I'm going to draw my arms up overhead, and then I'm going to stand back up. Arms in front of chest, sit back, arms overhead. Feel the way that activates your upper middle back. So I'm sitting down, allowing my chest to widen in the top and narrow at the base, but we're going to work on that today. Sit back. Abdominals, so I'm starting to wake up the abs. Feel the neck stay long. Remember, if this bothers your knees, you don't need to include this. Up. Let's go 4 more. Keep going. I'm just too hot. 3 more. Nice and slow. We're going to build up the heart. 2. Last one. And up top. Brilliant. Relax the shoulders down. So I'm going to step in so that I have my feet back fist distance apart. And I'm going to press my toes into the floor. As I reach my head up to the ceiling, I'm just going to imagine lifting up underneath my glutes, wrapping the muscles from front to back, lifting a little, and then lift the heels. Lower and tip the heels. Lift, lower. So I'm thinking about the back part of my legs, not just my calves. Try and think about the hamstrings just under the glutes, keeping long in the hips. So kneecaps up to hips. Let's go 7. Remember, if you have a wall, you can just tip off the wall to keep balanced. 7, 6, 5, 4, lift from under your bum. 3, 2, and 1. And down we go. So I'm leaving my feet fist distance apart to start. And then I'm just going to step out to the right. I'm going to squat back down, step back to center. Step out to left, squat, step back. Yeah, so we're building up the heart. We're building up the pace, stepping from side to side. But I'm stepping, I'm pushing my foot down into the floor, sit down, push back. Keep moving the arms because that's what's getting your heart rate up. Lifting the arms, step, center, step out, center. Let's go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Step up, relax your shoulders. So I'm just going to turn sideways so I can go into my lunge. Again, doesn't work for everyone's knees. Now I have my feet as wide as the outer part of my hips. I'm going to step back. Remember, if you have a wall, it would be good for balance. I'm going to pull up here and I'm going to lower the back knee. I'm sort of sitting back towards that back knee and lift. Arms again, and down, and lift, and down. And go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Push that leading foot in. 2. Last 1. Change sides. Change direction. Just turn around and go. And up. I've got nice long lunge, so I'm getting a stretch in my hips, relaxing my shoulders. Keep going. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up to center, facing camera. So if you have corners of your room like I do, I want you to think about stepping into the corner. They're called step backs, and that's what they are. So I'm going to step back with my right leg to that corner, left corner. Bend the back knee, push in with the leading leg. I'm going to step into the opposite corner. Step back, push up. Okay, hands up, and let's go. Keep your body square in the center. Look, my body stays square in the center. I'm really pressing back, so I'm pushing right back. Big steps, big steps, big breaths. Push down. Come on, use the abs as well. 10, 9, 8, 7, from corner to corner. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and center. Shaking out the legs. Brilliant. Okay, if you need to adjust your cameras, you can put them down to the mat now. We're going to take it straight to the mat. Lying all the way down. And if you want me to be able to see, you put it beside you so I can see, and then I can correct. Okay, I'm going to shrug my shoulders down, reach my hands down. I've let my hands turn up to the ceiling for a second, so my palms are facing up. I'm going to allow my breath to relax. Press my feet in so my heels are under my knees are bent. My feet are a little wider than hip distance, just a little wider than fist distance. And I'm going to keep my waist long. Turn back at the wrists, so my palms are down, my wrists and my upper arms. And I'm going to allow that exhale to sink my ribs. So I feel my armpits slide down to my hips, lengthen my neck, gentle draw up in the abdominals, little tuck to the tail. So we're not going into a very active bridge. I'm just going to pull up. Now press into the balls of the feet and the heels and lift the hips up. and down. And lift up and down. I'm kind of pressing the balls of my feet in from big to baby toe, pressing my heels in, keeping my legs active. Up and down, up and down. I'm not articulating enormously through the spine. I want to just keep those hamstrings and glutes, but we'll work on that. Last one, now hold it up here for me, hold it up. Okay, I want to again relax my neck, relax my chest, push the hips up more. Now imagine that you're drawing your heels in closer to your bum. Imagine pulling the floor towards you with your feet. Feel how that activates the hamstrings. Push the legs up higher, hips up higher rather. Now tuck your tail a little bit, press the toes in a lot, and lift your heels and lower heels. Lift heels, lower heels. Keep going. Keep the bum up. Yeah, don't let the bum go up and down. Ribs stay down. Super. Knees should be just a little wider than fist distance apart. Don't go too wide. For 3, 2, keep the hips up. Last one. Now, leave the heels up, leave them up, leave them up. Put your hands onto your hip bones. Yeah. Now, press down a little bit, just a little bit to offer resistance and lower the hips halfway. And push up into your hands to lift the hips all the way up. Yeah. Don't let the knees weave out. Use your hands to offer resistance. So you're pushing a bit down into your hands, lifting up and down. Halfway up. Just make sure you don't roll out to that baby toe. Press into the big toes. Baby toes the same. Don't roll out because then the knees will roll out. Last one. And down we go. Nice. Hips down. Still working on hip flexors and hips. I'm going to press my feet into the mat. My heels are in nice and close. And I'm going to take my right leg to tabletop. So I have my right leg up to tabletop. Now you don't need to look at the camera. You'll be able to hear, you'll be able to understand it from here. So I'm going to press my sacrum in and I'm going to kind of imagine I'm going to tilt my tail a bit, but just pull up a lot inside. And all I want you to do is straighten your right leg out in front. And then use the abdominals to pull it back in. It shouldn't be hard. Obviously, we're going to build on it. So what I want to do is allow my ribs to slide down, allow my sacrum to stay heavy and still, and get that pull up inside as I'm pushing the leg out, pulling the leg in. Imagine you're pushing through sand, pulling it back in. So I'm activating the hips, quads, a little bit of hamstrings. 3, 2, last one, and you're going to hold it out. So it should be lower than the left knee at the moment. Now lift it up in line with the left knee. Take it out to the right a little bit, probably to the edge of your mat. Don't let your left leg move. Lower it down to the mat. Take it back into the left leg. Up to the knee, out to the side, down. So you're drawing a box. Where there's the bottom of the box, the side of the box, out to the side, down. So what I want you to do is really anchor your left foot. Keep the left foot still. You're drawing the box. Let's reverse it. Lower the leg. Take it out. Lift it up outside, across, and down, out. Pull up, use the abdominals. For 2. For 1. And draw the knee back in. So I'm just going to give the knee a little hug in, but we're going to change it up a little bit. So we're going to get a little coordination going. Now this is going to be dependent on your neck and shoulders. I'll give you options. I'm just walking my shoulders down. My arms are straight down by my side. I'm going to reach the leg long in line with the left knee. So it's straight, same right leg, same everything. Arms go up to the ceiling. Now press the middle back in. Press the sacrum in and curl up your head and shoulders, bending in the center of the body. Don't drop your belly button down to the mat. Make sure your belly button stays where it is. As you lift the leg up to the ceiling, don't drop the belly button. Leave the arms where it is. Lift the leg up. Yeah. Now, as you lower the leg, lift the arm, but this is dependent, the arms, on the neck. If your neck is an issue, it's head in hands. As you lower the leg, elbows open. As you lift, they close. So you're going opposite, legs up, arms down, arms up, leg down. And up, pull up in the front of the abdominals. Squeeze 3. It's like the double leg lowers. 2 and 1, and arms go up. Bend that leg, let's change. Reach the left leg out. It's just straight out from the hip. I'm pulling up. I'm relaxing those ribs, reaching the arms down, and bend it back in and straighten. Start activating. So I'm squeezing from the leg like I'm pushing through sand. Hamstring, pull in with the heel, push away. Pull up in the abdominals. Try and keep the straight line with the leg so we're not veering all around the shop. 3, 2, 1 more, hold it out. And we're just going to lift it up to the ceiling for a second. Press the hip back into the socket. As you lower it, in line, so it's still in line, you're going to take it out to the side. Lift it up, across, and down. Draw your box. Down. So I've reversed it on this side. We started. Don't let that right knee fall out. The temptation as you bring the left leg out to the left is for the right leg to go in the opposite. The hips are fighting. You want to control with glutes, hamstrings, quads, hip flexors. Last one. And let's reverse. So take it in line with the right knee. Left leg in line with the right knee. Take it out to the side. Lower it down outside, across, back up. Draw your square. Strong hips, strong abs. Out. Not weaving the hips around. Keep those hips still. Yeah. 2, 1. Back to center. Draw the knee into the chest for a second before we do the chest lift. So I'm drawing the knee in just to relax that hip for a second. Now reach the arms long, down to heels, waist long. I'm pressing sacrum, upper and middle back in, not belly button. And I'm going to reach the leg away without dipping belly button. Lift the arms up. As I curl up head and shoulder, legs go up to the ceiling. Exhale up. Leg goes up. Don't drop that belly button down. Lengthen the head up towards the toe. Lift the arms, lower the leg, and change. And lift, and change. Strong arms, strong legs. Pull up. Watch your neck. So curl up. Remember, there's the option to keep your head into your hands. 5, 4. Not shifting around. 3, 2, 1, and let's go both knees into the chest. Take your feet down to the mat. I have my heels together, but my toes and knees are a little less than this distance apart, just a little less. And I'm thinking about closing them. So I want to keep my inner thighs, my outer, all my adduction muscles working. Now, what is important for this is I want you to think about where it's actually where my leggings are. I want you to think about the belly button. Don't drop that down. So we're not going to collapse the waistline. You're going to keep a nice long waist. This is going to be challenging. So keep the distance between the ribs and the hips the same. Now relax your ribs. Relax your diaphragm. Reach your arms down. Lift your heels. They're still joined. Your heels are lifted. Now take both legs up to tabletop. My knees are only slightly apart, shoulder to shoulder. Okay, now squeeze your heels together, pull up in the lower abdominals. Imagine you're going to tilt your tail and instead reach the legs straight out. Pull the legs back in. Nice and slow. Heels are joined. Toes are apart. At your own pace. So I want to keep my middle back engaged, my waist from dipping. Visualize long through the crown. Long, push your hands down the mat. Push them into the mat. Last one, let's hold them out, hold them out, hold them here. You ready? You're going to crisscross your legs. But if you were climbing a stairs, let's lift them up to the ceiling. Let's lower them halfway down the stairs as you're crisscrossing. Let's lift them back up. Try and keep the legs straight. I'm not flying along with the crisscrosses. I'm kind of keeping them smooth. I want to press sacrum in, pull up, climbing the ladder, and up, and down. One more, and rest. Knees resting in to the chest. Just reach that waist away. Again, I don't want to drop my waist as I go into this. Make sure you didn't cross your feet. Uncross your feet. I can see feet crossed. Yeah. So my heels are together again, but my knees are slightly apart, just slightly. My feet are together. The balls of my feet and my heels are together. Now I'm going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. Walk shoulders down. Push middle back in, not waist. And as I curl up, I'm looking at my feet. I can see them. And I'm going to reach head up to the ceiling. I'm going to pull up, not drop waist. Reach legs out, reach arms, and pull in. My knees are staying open as I pull in. They close as I reach. Hips like this. Nice. Yeah. Don't let the head go back. Remember, as the arms go back, the head stays up. So your goal would be to keep that middle back pressed in, the sacrum, not the lower back. But feel free to take the head in the hands. Open the elbows as you reach legs away. Pull in. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Lengthen your neck as you place it down. Okay, lift your waist, lift your sacrum, and just move it away from you. Leave your feet pressed into the mat. So I have my feet pressed into the mat, and they're going to be fist distance apart now. So fist distance apart. I'm pushing my hands, my upper back, my middle back in, elongate neck. Draw gently up internally, not waist dropping, and take the right leg to tabletop. We're going to work it again. So I'm pressing my left foot into the mat, keeping the knee in line and lifting the hip. Yeah, reach the right leg out. Pull it back, lower waist. Lift, press, pull in, lower. So I'm using my abs. Up, reach, back, down, up. Keep going, reach. 2 more. Don't let the hips weave around. Push in hard with that opposite leg into the mat, that left leg. 1 more, and down. Take the leg down, and let's change. Left leg comes up. Press the right foot in, toes and heels, nice line, nice long waist. Lift, reach, and down. Reach, and down. Don't forget arms. 3, 2, when you lift the hips, reach the leg away. Last one. And down we go. Nice. Okay, leave your feet flat onto the mat, but walk them out to the outer part of the hips. So I have my legs as wide as the outer part. They're actually nearly to the edge of my mat because my mat's a real skinny mat. Now go out to the blades of your feet, the sides of your feet. Run along the side of your feet, your baby toe. So the soles of your feet should be facing each other. A weird position, I know. Okay, I'm going to again keep my hips organized. My right hip always wants to lift. Marie, left hip. Press the ribs in. Relax the shoulders. Press the hands in. Now you're going to think about the piriformis, the little clinchy in bit of your bum. You're going to squeeze your sit bones together and lift up. Bridge up, yeah. Stay on the sides of your feet, the blades, and down, and up, and down. I really want to think about those glutes. Squeeze up, squeeze down. Don't let the knees fall out anymore. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up, hold it up. Relax your chest, relax, reach your hands down. Now lower the hips halfway. Lift up all the way. You want to think about the glute med, ribs. This is some Saturday Night Fever moves. Exhale, push up hips. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lower waist, but lengthen it as you lower it. So reach that sacrum away from you. Find your neutral where you're not dropping your belly button down. Hips back organized, feet fist distance apart. Press the feet into the mat, reach the hands down, and then up to the ceiling. So I've got my hands up to the ceiling. I'm going to push my shoulders back, middle and upper, and then I'm going to curl up by tucking my chin, press my ribs down, head into the hands. So I've got my head heavy in my hands. I'm actually not fully up into flexion yet. I just want to pay attention to where my belly button is. Don't push that down into the mat as you curl up higher. Bend in the center, curl up a little bit more, and down. Curl up and down. Curl up and down. Not dropping belly button. Pull up pelvic floor, push ribs inside body. 7, you have to let the air out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more. Stay up here, stay up here. So I'm looking through my thighs. Come on up higher, Jenny, up higher. Bend your center of your body, ribs in. Come on up higher. Reach the left leg to tabletop, right leg also. Don't drop the belly button back. Left leg away, rotate over to right knee. And change. And change. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Curling back down. Take the feet back down to the mat. Walk your shoulders down. Reach your hands down towards your heels. I know I say it, but really push your armpits down to your pockets. Press your hands in. Now, press your sacrum in, and you're going to imagine, just imagine doing it. Imagine pressing your lower back into the mat, but not doing it. Just get that pull up inside that would be needed to achieve that. And then take the left leg up to tabletop. Knee over hip. Go ahead and do the same with the right. Still imagine that you're going to press the lower back in. Instead, lower right foot, tip it off the floor. Leave that knee in line with the ankle, so don't lower the foot, just lower knee. Pull up before you lower. Pull up inside. Keep the knees traveling in a nice straight line. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go one more. Hold the legs up to tabletop. Sink the hips into the socket. Pull up, reach the arms up to the ceiling. On the exhale, tuck chin round up. Pull the inside of the left knee, of the right knee with both. One on the outside, one on the outside, pushing in the inside, reach the left leg away. Now draw the right knee closer and change. Again, I'm not dropping my belly button down. I'm pushing my head up to the ceiling, reaching the leg away. Pull it in. Pull in the lower abs. Pull in waist. Let's go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees in. Breathe out. So don't cross feet. Squeeze the feet together, but I still have my gap between my knees again. I'm going to hold the back of my thighs, and when I reach my legs to ceiling, my heels should join and my toes should separate. So I'm in a V position, legs up to the ceiling. You can leave your head and shoulders down if you wish, or curl up. But if you're curling up, you're not dropping your waist, you're pressing middle back in. Now straighten the legs more, so reach them up, reach out through the sit bones, pull up in the lower abdominals. Come on, engage more. Take the head into the hands, lower both legs. Now pull up in the front of the abdominals. I'm not swinging my pelvis forward and back. Squeeze, pull up, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nice, don't drop that back down, remember, last one, and rest. Well done. Well done, nice job. Okay. We're going to turn on our side facing camera or me. Now, if you have a pillow or the blue ball, put it under your head, or this option as well. Just some people's shoulders bother them in this position. So I have my head fully on my arm like this, and I'm going to bring my legs so that I'm sitting on a chair. So my knees are coming straight out. My knees are bent and they're straight in line with my hips, like I'm sitting on a chair. And my heels are in line with my knees. Now, I want to reach out through my sit bones. Keep the top knee in line with the bottom. The tendency would be to let the hip roll back. So you'll know if the knee shortens, that's what you've done. Keep the top hip stacked. Now, draw your ribs in. I kind of pull my armpit down a bit. Pull up in the lower abdominals. You can rest your fingertips on the mat. And then you're just going to lift that top leg. So my knee, I'm sitting on a very weird chair position now, and then I'm just going to lower the leg. Lift, lower. Now, please be mindful to lift with your butt and not your hip. So I want you to squeeze the bones in your bum. If you're not activating there, put a hand there and tell it to do it. So just, I've got my hand on my bum cheek and I'm squeezing from there, knowing that I'm lifting from my bum. Yeah, keep the knee in line. Yeah, 4, 3, come on, lift higher. 2, yeah, that's it. Last one, hold it up here. So my knees are in line with each other, they're just apart. Now, all I'm going to do is lower my foot. So I just tipped my foot, but my knee, look, my knee is still well apart. And then lift my foot. Lower, lift, lower, lift. So squeeze sit bones. Don't just rotate at the hip. Leave the knee bent. You should be just lowering. Foot. 3, 2, 1. Now we're ready. We're going to lower knee. So inward rotation. Lift knee, lower foot. Lift foot, lower knee, lift knee, lower foot. So you're inward, outward, inward, outward, in, out. Don't let the hip roll about. 3, 2. I did this already this morning, last one. And then reach the leg out. Oh, that's better. Reach the leg out. So I've got my leg out. My bum is still active, but it's not going into a weird spasm. So I've got my hand resting on the floor and I'm going to bring the leg forward. And then I'm going to bring it up high and back. Bring it up forward, up high and back. And back. And squeeze bum, not hips. 3, for 2, for 1, and we're back. Now bring the leg forward again and straighten the other leg to meet it. The next move is not for the faint-hearted. It's the level, probably going up towards level 2, level 1, 2. I'm going to bring my arm up so that my elbow is below my shoulder. If you have any shoulder injuries, it's not really advised. My legs are ahead of my body. Yeah, like that. So Marion, you'll need to move your head. You're going to have to just pick her. Just move your leg, yeah, your legs. Look, my legs are well ahead of my body. They're in front at a diagonal. And I'm going to roll back till I'm on my bum, which means my legs will lift. Yeah. Now feel the obliques here, switch on. Feel the obliques here and lift the legs higher. See how high they are? I can actually touch my toes. And then I'm going to lower. Yeah. Pull up and touch. Yes. Exhale, pull up, touch. Exhale, touch. Don't let your back roll back. Pull up in your waist. 5. Come on. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Up and swing the legs around. We're going the other side. Now you can really kick her, Marion. Okay. Chair pose. So knees in line with hips. Knees stacked on top. Sit out through those sit bones. Ribs tucked up, so don't just flop on the mat. Pull in, pull up, lift top leg. Lower, lift top leg. Try not lift with hip. Try and lift with bum. So you need to fire those bum cheeks up. Squeeze, squeeze. All the bridges we've done and squats and lunges, I'm hoping, have paid off. Keep going. 5, 4. 2 more. Last one. Hold it up here. Now hold it up. Don't let that top hip fall back. Don't let the top hip fall back, and just tip the foot down to the other foot. Just the foot. Leave the knee where it is. Yeah, and up. Tip the foot and up. So the knee might rotate up a little. That's fine. Yeah. Don't let Carol watch that top hip. You're letting it roll back. Yeah, keep the top hip still and just tip your foot down. It shouldn't be a huge move. There. It's not a huge move, and back up. And 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going inward rotation. So knee touches knee. First, lift knee. Toe touches toe. Yeah, inward, outward. Nice, there you go. Not big, huge moves, just squeeze from the sit bones. Inward, outward. Nice control, nice. Hip stays organized. For 3, for 2, for 1, and super job. Leg goes long, leg goes long. Hand is still tipped. Bring the leg up, forward. Bring the leg back and forward. Squeeze from the bum and forward and back. And 3 and back. Draw that rainbow up and over. Hips stay still. 2 and 1. Leave it forward. So bring it forward, leave it forward. Bring the other leg to meet it. So my legs are diagonally out from my hip. I'm going to come up to my high arm. Remember, this is a higher level move. So I'm lengthening here. I'm just not going to collapse on the mat. Lift up ribs, pull up in the front. Roll back glutes, arm comes with. Are we ready? Lift. Exhale, come on, don't drop your waist. Pull up, 7. 6, there you go. 5, 4, watch your back. Nice, Jenny. 3, pull up. 2 more. You're making it look easy. 1 more. And down. Look what we're going to do. Roll onto our bellies from here. Okay, slow down the madness. Back to our classical. So I've got my elbows below the shoulders. I'm going to tuck my bust and my ribs under, and I'm going to reach my head forward. Let's imagine you're reaching the head one way and the feet the other. So I'm pushing pubic bone in, lengthening hips in the front. We've been working on those hips. Now reach your tail long, press the hands in. Imagine you're going to drag the floor towards you. Instead, lift your chest forward, press the elbows in, press the hands in, and nice exhale to lower without shrugging shoulders. Inhale, shoulders stay down. Exhale. So I want you to think about lifting that sternum up without. When we were lying on our back, I was asking you not to drop your belly button down. Do the same now. Try not push your belly button into the mat. Try and lift your chest, bend in the center of the body. Slow it down so that you know you're just curling. I know I sped the class up, but just slow it down for now. Not an enormous amount of movement in the upper back, but try and find some length in those muscles as you scoop and lift. Last one. Now lower halfway, enough where you can keep your shoulders organized and take your hands off. So lower halfway and then take your hands off. Now try and bring your hands up in line with your ears. Now really try and push your armpits down to your pockets. This again is not for everyone. So I'm going to reach my arms away into a capital Y. That'll be fine. But if it's too much for your shoulders, don't do this. Bend your elbows and touch the back of your head. Press your hands up into your head, push your head into your hands, and then press back out. And press back. And press out. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Stay looking at your mat. Try and not press your belly in to keep the lift though. You want to lift with your back, strong back. For 3, for 2, one more, and rest. Nice job. Take the hands to beside the shoulders. So I have my hands beside my shoulders, and I'm just going to push my elbows, arms down to my pockets. I'm going to press up and just sit straight back from where you are. You leave your hands where they are though, because we're going to go into our plank. We're not going to do too many planks today. Okay, so I'm sitting out through my sit bones and I'm going to bring myself back forward. You'll notice that as my shoulders have come back in line with my wrists, my knees are well behind my hips. That's actually what I want. So my knees are behind my hips. I want to reach my tail away, tuck it maybe a little, and then curl my toes under. This again won't be for everyone. You can go to low plank if you need, no problem. So my toes are curled under, and all I'm going to do is lift my knees. Yep. Now bend your knees and touch the floor. Now lift your knees. My bum didn't change, so I really want to push my head forward, push out through my sit bones as I bend my knees. Bum's not going up and down. Come on, go for it, Jenny. Go. Yep. And tip knees down and lift. Yeah, you've got it. Perfect, Jenny. Perfect. Nice and smooth. I think of lifting from under my bum cheeks. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Sinead. Come on. 2 more. 2 more. Don't give in. 1 more. And knees to mat. And we get to sit back. Nice. Bring yourself forward and lower down to your lower plank position. So I've got my hands facing each other and I've got my shoulders relaxed back and down, my ribs tucked inside my body. Okay, I'm going to step out with left foot, step out with right foot. Okay, hips, all that organized, all that sorted out, bum and all that. Now think of your right knee tipping to the floor under your left and back. Do the same, left to right, right to left. Yeah, don't let your bum wiggle up and down. Jenny, bum down. Yeah, not knees, just bum. Sinead, bum down. I can see a lovely little wiggle. Yeah, use your waist. That's it. That's it. Yeah, bum down, Anne-Marie. Bum down. 3. That's it, Aileen. 2. 1. And rest. Sit down into your child's pose. Good job. Good job. Okay. Last exercise of the class. You may need a pillow. If you've got tight hamstrings, you might need a pillow to sit on. But I want you to sit, I'm actually going to face the other direction. So I want you to sit up this tall. I'm sitting right up on my sit bones. If you need a pillow, get a pillow. It won't matter at all. It'll help. So if you need a pillow, please get it. If your hamstrings are tight. Now what I'm thinking about is pulling my femur, my long bone back into my hips so that it's not just all flop forward, both. I want to just for a second, I've got my hands resting on my legs and I'm just going to allow my spine to just take a little stretch, a little passive stretch. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just allowing it to rest. Okay, start stretching your heels away. So I'm flexing feet, pushing heels away. Now find your sit bones and really roll to the top of those sit bones. Even if you're sitting on a pillow, feel the sit bones sink down into the pillow. Then start stacking one vertebrae at a time as you sit up tall. Then reach the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Don't look at me on screen anymore. Just think about what's going on in your body. So all I want you to do is imagine that you're sitting really tall in a chair. Your back, your sacrum is against the chair, your middle back, and if the chair went right up to your head is pressing into the chair. So press the ears back in line with the shoulders. Now I want you to feel the muscles on each side of the spine working. And this is going to, take away from the middle of the back, but I want you to lift your chest a little, your sternum or your heart, lift it up. It will feel like you're bending in the center of your back, and that's what I want you to feel. Now really widen the upper back and squeeze your shoulder blades down low. You want to feel them almost pinch down low. Then take your arms out to the side. So your arms are out in line with your shoulders. Now lift your heart more. I'm just going to check camera, but I bet you'll find more. You want to lift your heart a little higher, lift your neck a little longer, and then we're going to draw some circles with your arms. Now my arms are staying behind my body a little, just enough to keep my shoulder blades together. Now if you have poor posture or you're sitting at a desk, this is really good for correcting that posture. Sinead, bring your ears back a little bit back. I'm just going to sit down so you can see what I mean. So kind of push the back of your head back. Your head is a little bit, yeah. Now tuck your chin a little bit. Yes, there you go. Arms up a little higher. And let's reverse it. Carol, relax your shoulders and lift your sternum more. Yeah. Try not lift your chest, just your sternum. That sounds weird. I mean, try not lift your rib cage, just sternum. Did we reverse? Yeah. Okay. Now hold it there and turn the palms up to the ceiling and lift your heart a little bit more. We're nearly there. Straighter arms, and we're going to pulse back. So I'm circling back. I'm really think of squeezing my shoulder blades together low. Pull your waist in and up. James, you're leaning back a little bit. You want to be sitting right on those sit bones. Watch your shoulders and reverse. This is the last set. Just reverse. Sit up, get your shoulder blades down your back. Yep. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Relax your shoulders. Okay, let's go into our stretches to finish. So we're going to go into active and passive stretches. The first one, stay where you are, stay on your pillow, change nothing. So I'm sitting right up on those sit bones still, and all I'm going to do is let my hands palm face up, flop on the floor beside me. I'm going to bend my knees up if I can, and just allow myself, actually I've put my hands under my knees, and just let my back drape. Even if you need to let your knees open out to the side, this is what you're finding in your body where you can just flop forward. So I'm just leaning forward, allowing the back to stretch. We'll go into our active stretch. This is just passive, just allow it to rest. Allow the breath to slow. Now take the hands out so the palms are facing up, still out to the side, and I'm going to start straightening out my right leg if it works for you. So I've flexed my right foot and straightened out my right leg. I'm doing the same with the left. I'm taking my hands to any part of my legs that I can, whether it be ankles, shins, and again, visualize the belly button area. Try and not just flop into it. Lift up away from it. Now we're actively stretching. So I'm reaching down. Try not let the baby toes curl around. So I'm keeping my baby toe in line with my big toe. I'm actually pulling it back. My right one misbehaves. And I'm lengthening from my belly button, so I'm not just letting myself collapse at the waist. Now start visualizing the discs in the spine. So they're kind of in the front. I want to imagine I could lengthen the discs in the front of my body like I'm lifting up and over from the top of my head to the base of my spine. So you want to lift out of that belly button for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's sit up tall from here. I'm just going to move to the end of my mat because I'm going to roll all the way down, legs straight. Now you may need to lift your waist and shoulders, organize all of that jazz, just so you're not bunched up in the center. Keep the long center. Okay, back to our passive stretch. So my hands are out to the side, palms up, and I'm going to take my left ankle and place it on my right thigh and let gravity take over. So I'm letting my left knee just rest out to the side. So it's sort of like opening the hip there on that left side. Try and let it start floating down to the floor. You'll be surprised if you really let it go, how much it can flop down to the floor. Now try and start relaxing your face, your neck, your shoulders, your jaw. This is the passive part of this stretch, allowing the hips to relax, the knees. We're going to start activating it a little bit, so flex the left foot, push the left heel away. Now start bending up the right leg. So I've got my right leg bent up. I haven't, however, pressed my lower back in. And I'm just going to lift my right heel and then my right foot. I didn't go to tabletop, I just lifted my foot up. Now, if you can, we're going to activate more, and I'm going to reach through my legs and pull my right knee to my right shoulder. Try not press your lower back in. Try and reach. If you can, take your shin. That's hard though. Still keep that foot flexed. So I've grabbed my right shin with my right hand and I'm pulling it in towards my right shoulder. Make sure you didn't roll over to that left side. You'll sort of miss a lovely part of the stretch. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, deepen it and lower that foot down. Okay, stretch out left leg, right ankle, left thigh. Just let it go. Try and switch off that hip. Try and just let it relax. Let your body relax into the mat. The back of your head heavy, your shoulders. Now start flexing the right foot if you can, reach out through the heel. Bend up that left knee, lift heel, and float foot off the mat. I'm not bringing it to tabletop, you don't need to do that. If you want, you can, but you don't need to. Reach through if that works for you. Again, that's not necessary. If your preference would be to push the right knee away and draw the left knee in, you can grab your shin, but try and not roll over to the right side. Relaxing your breath, your shoulders, feeling your back on the mat, feeling that muscle stretch, holding it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and back. Take the foot down, but leave the right. So I have my right leg here, and I'm going to reach and hold my thigh. So everyone hold your thigh. Thigh, your hamstring, sorry. Now reach the right leg up to the ceiling, holding the hamstring at the back. My left leg is bent. So I'm not dropping my waist down to the mat because I want to push my head one way, push my sit-bones the other. Try and visualize the spine in the back and the front lengthening right up to your throat. Visualize it lengthening. Maybe play around with the foot, so I'm pointing and flexing. If you want, take out the left leg, it'll bring on the stretch. If you want, it's not necessary. Now I'm going to start activating my stretch, so I'm flexing my heel up to the ceiling, pushing it up, reaching out through my sit bone, and I'm trying to stretch it. I'm not just leaving it hanging there, I'm pushing through the heel. I'm pushing through the sit bone. To advance it some more, you can roll up, slide the hands up to calf, and roll back down if you want. Not necessary. Only if you want to really go into an advanced hamstring stretch, hold the toes. But I'm not losing it by pressing my lower back in. I'm sort of allowing everything to stretch. My arm, my leg, my shoulder for 5, 4, 3, 2, and bend that knee in. Look, it's nice. Look, I'm bending my knee into my shoulder, pulling it back in, and take it back. Let's change. Left leg goes up tabletop, shoulders go down away from ears, hold hamstring, and think about stretching, not just hamstring, but spine. I'm relaxing this one, so I don't want to overstretch it. I just want to allow it to. The blood obviously is changing direction. I'm going to stretch out my right leg, but that's not necessary. That's up to you. Don't overstretch the hamstrings. Please drink lots of water today. I know it's not a warm day, but big muscle groups used today, glutes, quads, so important to drink your water. Okay, if you want to, you can round up and take calf, relax shoulders. If you want to, foot, but you don't want to force it. You don't want to force it. You just want to. Holding it for 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bend the knee into the shoulder. So even if you were just holding your hamstring still, that's fine. Just bring it into your armpit, actually. Bring it into your armpit. Yeah, nice. And round up to seated from here for one last stretch. If you need to leave, I understand, no problem. So I've just put the sole of my left foot into my inner thigh of my right. So the sole of my left is on the inner thigh. Right hand, left knee. Left hand, right leg. Super. Now, what I'm thinking more is lifting up out of my waist, reaching through that foot, and laterally stretching here. So I want to find a lateral stretch here. If you can, go ahead, take the toes again, but I'm still thinking about reaching through that left knee, push it away. If you notice, my arms are straight so that I'm getting a shoulder stretch as well. Breathing into that lower back, that lovely lumbar stretch. Breathe into the left rib cage. Stretch those intercostal muscles in the lungs. So important to keep our lungs healthy. Breathe in fully. Breathe out fully. Breathe in fully. Breathe out fully. And let's change sides. So I've got my right sole of my foot. I'm sitting on my sit bones, left hand, right knee, right hand, left leg. Tie yourself in a knot. Yeah. Now again, I want that hip to sort of relax out. I want that lateral stretch down here. I'm not shrugging my shoulders up. I want to just elongate forward. Breathe in, nice inhale into those ribs. Nice exhale. Fully emptying the lungs. Slowing that exhale. One more breathing in. Full inhale. Full exhale. And back to center. Bring the legs around behind you, toes curled under. I'm just walking my hands back. I've got the soles of, I've lost my words today. I've got my palms on the mat and I'm going to tuck my head down, straighten my legs as best as I can, and just let the blood flow change. So I'm letting my body just kind of flop over. My palms are facing the ceiling. You can leave your knees bent, but just let your body, your spine. Now start thinking about the discs that would be at the front there. Visualize the top part of those discs lengthening at the upper back, the middle back, the lower back. Maybe scoop that chest forward a little. And then tuck your tail and round up vertebrae by vertebrae as we stack up tall. Well,